Jabari Jumps by Gaia Cornwall. I'm going to show you what questions to ask while you read this book with your kids so that you are getting the most out of reading comprehension. The themes developed in this book are overcoming fear and anxiety, the importance of patience, the importance of support, growth mindset, perseverance, and family bonding. All right, first question, character development. What is Jabari like at the beginning of the story? Super straightforward. He's ready to jump off the diving board. He's prepared, he's gone to swim lessons, he passed his swim test. It is safe for him to jump off the diving board, and he is excited to do so. So he's ambitious, he's brave, he's excited to jump off the diving board. Next question, analyze point of view. How did Jabari's actions show what he is thinking and feeling inside? Okay, so there's two actions we're talking about here. On the previous page, he squoze his dad's hand as they walked up to the pool. And on this page, he let the other kids go ahead of him in line before he climbed the ladder to get up. So those are the actions we're talking about. Squeezing his dad's hand and letting the other kids climb the ladder before he went. So what do those actions show about what he's thinking or feeling inside? It shows that he's anxious. It shows that he's still afraid to jump off the high dive. He is anxious about it. He is not sure that he is ready to do this. He's got to conquer some fear. He has to overcome some anxiety. That is what his actions show. He doesn't say it, but that's what his actions show. Next question, analyze point of view. Does Jabari show his feelings or hide them? How can we tell? Okay, so I already kind of established that he's hiding his feelings because he never says he's afraid or anxious or nervous about going off the high dive. But all of his actions point to that. So he is hiding his feelings. We can tell because here, he climbed up the ladder and then he climbed back down the ladder. And he tells his dad, I'm tired. I don't know if today is the right day. I think I need more rest. So he is hiding how he feels about going off the diving board, because his actions show he's avoiding it. He says he's tired, but he's not tired. Next question, character relationship. Do you think Jabari's dad will make things better or worse? So Jabari's dad could take him home. Jabari's dad could invalidate the way he's feeling by saying there's nothing to be afraid of. His dad could belittle the situation and say, like, you just need to be brave. You just need to do it. There's a lot of ways that this kid's dad could have approached the situation that would have kind of put pressure on him or invalidated the situation, his feelings, or just completely taken him out of the situation. Just don't ever go off the high dive. You don't need to. So, but obviously Jabari's dad is not going to do any of those things. He's going to make things better for him. This is where we're going to see growth mindset come in, perseverance, family bonding, because the father and the son, he's really helping his son through this, and also the importance of support. Jabari's dad is super supportive through this whole process, even though Jabari's dad knows that. Actually, that's this question. Next question, analyze point of view. How does Jabari's dad see the same event differently? So here, the themes of support are coming out and the theme of overcoming fear are coming out. So Jabari's dad knows that his son is not tired. That is not the reason he's not going off the high dive. Dad knows that he's not going off the high dive because he's afraid. He knows that the real problem is not tiredness. The real problem is overcoming fear and anxiety, and he's going to help him persevere and overcome that fear and anxiety so he can go off the diving board. He tells them that it's going to feel like a surprise. So yeah, that's a good way to put it. You'll feel surprised. All right, next question. Integrate visual information. What detail can the illustrator show better with pictures and with words? So because a big theme of this book is growth mindset, it's probably very on purpose that the illustrator has a big picture of Jabari there taking a deep breath. Because I mean, for a kid, when you're trying to teach them to like take a deep breath and calm themselves down and think about their breathing and focus and count to 10 and like do these relaxation things, a kid needs to visualize that to actually like do it. Because I don't know, with the wrong mindset, it could seem like corny, but it actually helps. It's actually good. So that's why this illustration is included of like, what does it look like to take a deep breath? What does it look like to relax in a stressful situation? So they showed that with an illustration. And again, another integrate visual information question. What can the illustrator show better with pictures than with words? The high dive. So Jabari's fear and anxiety about going off the high dive are real. It looks high, and it looks even higher when you're up there. So, and this picture does a good job of like just how it feels when you're standing on a high dive, and like you look down and it looks really far and it looks terrible and scary, because it does. And if you haven't been up there, you have to see it through an illustration. So it kind of verifies and validates that like, yes, it is scary going off a high dive. Jabari, his fears and anxieties are not, like they're normal. They're not unfound. Next question, central idea. How does Jabari propose to solve his problem? Okay, so we kind of already know this. We know that he proposes to solve his problem through his mindset. He's taken some deep breaths. He's talked to his dad. His dad is like, it's gonna feel like a surprise. You know, like not overwhelming, but it's gonna feel like a surprise, something unexpected. So he's overcoming it, he's facing it, he's persevering. Yeah, that's kind of it. So that's how he's proposing to solve the problem. There's no easy way through it. The only way out is through. So he is just gonna relax, take deep breaths, say, it's gonna feel like a surprise, and he does it. All right, last question. Oh, two more questions. Central idea. What event led to the resolution of Jabari's problem? It's when he remembered that he was going to take deep breaths, and when his dad told him that it's gonna feel like a surprise. So his dad didn't like invalidate what it was gonna feel like. His dad wasn't like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. His dad was like, it'll feel like a surprise. So then he goes in with that mindset, like, oh, it's just gonna feel like a surprise. He takes his deep breaths and then he does it. So it was that support from his dad that got him through the problem. And then he solved his problem with like focusing on his mindset, taking some deep breaths, and then doing the thing. Last question, central idea. What has Jabari and the reader learned? I really like that they didn't say like, oh, it's not scary to go off a high dive. I think the idea of facing something that scares you as like, it's gonna feel like a surprise. So it's not like saying it's gonna feel like nothing, but like it's gonna feel like a surprise is a good way to put it. And we learned about like overcoming fears and anxieties by like facing them and doing them. We learned about like reframing scary events in your mind to help prepare yourself to do it. The importance of support, because his dad was like always super helpful, never was like mean or invalidating to him. And yeah, he learned his dad was He learned that his dad is a safe person to go to when he is afraid. And that is quite a lot in Jabari Try. So you definitely have to read this book with your kid, and you definitely have to ask some questions to get the most out of reading comprehension, because otherwise the book's just about jumping off the high dive.